So, Caitlin Clark suffered a ruptured eardrum on a flex screen in a game in New York.
It comes from a culture of selflessness.
WNBA forcing 10 turnovers.
I believe to Angel Reese. Yep, across the head, and they will go to the monitor.
And all of a sudden, we're pretty close. This has been as close as it's been all second quarter long.
Of course, being the person that she is, she blamed herself for not paying attention to the play. One person said that that was her welcome to the NBA, like the NBA abides by prison rules. This makes 2 minor injuries Clark has suffered at the hands of a colleague so far. We won't count the crazy elbows, bumps and bruises. Welcome to WNBA Street Ball. Is Caitlin Clark being treated harshly in the WNBA? Many fans will say yes, because, well, they aren't blind. Some of the fouls we've seen have been egregious. After several complaints from fans, coaches and team staff alike, there have been a number of people saying that she's getting special treatment. Special treatment for wanting fair calls? Keep in mind that she has not been given many of the calls for some of these plays where she ends up on the floor. One female sports columnist with the Washington Post, who regularly writes about women's basketball, is recorded as saying, "I'm just taken aback that the new fans are so shocked. It's a contact sport," she added. "It's almost as if you were a new opera fan and you were surprised there was music." New fans? I'm sure that they are new fans, but it's not like they haven't seen basketball before. I grew up watching absolute lunatics like Isaiah Thomas and the Pistons, and I'm still surprised by the way Clark is tackled. And yes, I use the word tackled. It's obviously envy. What else could you call it? I get it. This kid comes in and suddenly the games are packed and everyone's interested in women's basketball. She's getting all the attention. I mean, if you asked me to name one WNBA player before Caitlin Clark, you'd be all out of luck. Now I know Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese because of Caitlin Clark, and let's stop there. My thing is, why would the women of the WNBA jeopardize the health of the one generating the interest? It would be stupid to do that. It's the classic sitting on a branch and cutting it down, or cutting your own nose to spoil your own face, or biting the hand that feeds you, whichever is most appropriate. This is the height of ignorance. Therefore, I am hard-pressed to believe that the other players are envious and want to hurt Caitlin. Instead, I theorize that all this is to generate interest in the game. Caitlin is the underdog, and everyone loves the underdog. Nothing is beneath the marketing machine. I'm not saying that the games are rigged, but the hard play is controlled. I hope it is controlled, because to kill the cash cow and end Caitlin's career with a stupid play is an exercise in absolute idiocy. You have to be as dumb as a door to do that. Talk about sitting on a branch and cutting it. The Lord Jesus prophesied to his believers over 2,000 years ago that if the world hates you, remember they hated me first. In Matthew 24:9, he said, "Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake." How is this cutting the branch? Well, when genuine Christians share the faith, they do so out of love. But like Caitlin's colleagues, all they see is a bothersome new pest. Even political leaders hate Christians so much that efforts have been made to villainize large portions of Christians. But the thing is, Christians share the good news of the gospel that leads to eternal life. In silencing them, you deprive yourself. It's almost painful to watch these ladies rob themselves, yet they do it. Does this mean that they let Caitlin do whatever she wants? No, just play the game fairly, passionately, and wholeheartedly. Who knows, other genuine phenomena will arise as they go head to head with Caitlin. Only time will tell how they would react. I personally believe that it's all strategic. The branch is not being sawn, but shaken to generate interest. For this reason, she's not allowed to play on the women's Olympic team, because foreigners don't know the value of the commodity that is called Caitlin Clark. Then again, that may be a bit conspiratorial, but I digress. So the next time you see Caitlin Clark spilled to the ground like a sack of rotting potatoes, remember that a Christian somewhere is facing a real life crisis, a matter of life and death. After all, Christians are the most persecuted group of people in the world. Now think about that.